Sham Yahawashi Sham Hakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors to the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than never. Right? The 144,000, the would-be judges, the tabernacle of David, who are going to be the ruling class, people, government here on earth, under the authority of who the world fraudulently and falsely calls JC. All right, his name is Yahawashi. And to the rest of the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth among the heathen nations that have the appearance of the heathen nations. It's not a black only thing. Israelites are going to come looking like other nations and heathens, including so-called white people. Somebody need to tell that to the fat-faced commentator of this video, the original video, all right, with the one with the line up in the hats and the hat on his head going off. All right, and to the rest of the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, again, among the heathen that have the appearance of the heathen, and to the few Akwath that are listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you another lesson of truth. I did a response to this, but I had to pull it down because when I rewatched it, there was some things that it just wasn't safe to leave up to be seen. Names and things like that were in the background. I couldn't chance leaving that up. But first I want to get this scripture here, which is Isaiah 54:17. All right, and I'm going to start at verse 14. 54 and 14, the point being in 17. And it reads, in righteousness shalt thou be established, thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. And that's what happened in this video. All right, I believe this brother was, the Lord was with him, and he prevailed. All right, this is
Shalom, Akim. This is Brother Barak. Welcome back here another one. To the Spirit Prophet about Sham Yahawashi. First and foremost, I give all praise and glory. Yes, Heavenly Father, Son, Yahawah, Mahasham, Yahawashi. Alright, double honor sons and apostles of the Great Millstone, ruling the time in this truth, and a sincere citation be unto the brethren, pushing this word through truth and sincerity, risking life for them to do so. Alright, again, I'm the Brother Barak. Come back here another one to the Spirit Prophet about Sham Yahawashi. I thought I would do a video on this. Basically, I'm going to paraphrase a bit. I came across it on Instagram, and some of the brothers are making videos on it. And it just goes to show you that the power of the Lord is with us, man. In regards to where our safety is in danger, all right? Basically, this brother, just going to roughly paraphrase, the brother on the left, okay, and this dude on the right, okay, he tried to attack the brother on the left, man. Reason being was the brother on the left was teaching, and the dude on the right came up. He had a whole burner on him, man. Okay, whole burner on him. If you guys don't know what that means, it means G-U-N. All right, don't know what I can say on here or not, man. You know how YouTube be moving. But he came up and heard the word. I'm pretty sure that aggravated those demons on this dude to the right. Dude on the right claimed he was an Israelite, aka an so-called Native American. All right. And the dude on the left kept trying to, de-escalate and also teach the word. All right. He was going to read him Job chapter 9, verse 24. Dude on the right. So like dude on the right pulled out the heater, aka the burner, aka the G-U-N, and he kept cocking it back and kept getting close to the brother on the left. All right. And let's just say it didn't end well for the dude on the right. All right. Because, again, man, I've always been taught too. All right. I've always been taught that, when you're at camp, to be vigilant, man. Okay. And I'm already as vigilant too. You know, even when I'm not at camp, man, I'm always looking around. I'm always looking who's around me, faces, people, what they're doing. Okay, I'm always vigilant, man. I've always been taught that as a man, you got to be vigilant, especially when you're with your loved ones, man. You know, for the brothers out there that have kids, you know, may have a woman. All right, you know, you gotta protect them, man. So you gotta be vigilant. You gotta see danger before danger arrives, man. You gotta have that those spidey senses, if you will, man. All right. Not only that, man. What is it called? The brother was teaching alone. All right. Now, I was watching on the Apostle Har's video. All right, and I teach alone as well. All right. I've been teaching alone ever since I came to the truth. Okay, and this brother on the left, he was teaching alone, and El Pastor said you should teach in crowded areas, man. Okay, you got to teach in crowded areas. You shouldn't be teaching in a park where no one can see you. You know, what if this went left? You know, he shot you. No one could see you. No one, anything. Okay, any of those things can happen, man. And again, this is why I say to be vigilant through the spirit is because we're in those times, man. You know, this is gonna get more cranked up, man. All right, we're gonna come into those times where it's just like the old times when people came up, they want to literally murk us, man. Literally, they're gonna want to murk us. They're gonna want to fight us. All that, okay. All right, so I'm just gonna reiterate what El Pastor said. He said, you know, if you're out there teaching alone, okay, Salakia. If you're out there teaching alone, you should be teaching where there's a group of people. You know, maybe someone can come to your aid in a situation like this, okay? Or, you know, knowing people nowadays, they probably ain't gonna come to your aid because let's be realistic, a lot of these people are just fucking scaredy cats, man. They don't like confrontation at all and all that. All right. So yeah, man. Um yeah, man, to be vigilant, teach with a brother, you know, and again, he was even referencing the Lord always sends us out in twos, which is actually scriptural. Actually, matter of fact, let me see if I can find that real quick. All right, let's open it up with that scripture. Okay, because the Lord did say two is better than one. Okay, the Lord did say that. All right, let's grab that. Let's see if we can find it real quick. Give me one moment, I can bear with me. Bear with me. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9. It says, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. All right. The lone wolf spirit is not it, man. All right. Now I know some brothers may be lone wolf because they don't want to, deal with or chat to certain individuals, or they just want to keep to themselves. But at the end of the day, man, it's a blessing to have a brother in this truth, man. A brother by your side. All right. It's a blessing for that, man, because the brothers are the only people who really get us, man. Okay, they're the only people who really got us, man. And I hate to say it, but you know, from a logical and realistic standpoint, the brothers are pretty much over our family, man. Okay, the ministry is over our family, of course. The scriptures tell you that, but the brothers as well, man. Because the brothers, when all hell breaks loose, man, you don't know, your family member is going to turn you in, they're going to snitch on you. You never know, man. Okay, because again, we're coming into those times, guys. You guys have to be vigilant and be smart, man. Okay, now's the time not to be telling everyone, "Oh, you're Hebrew Israelite. You go on and teach every week, and you do video." You don't need to be saying all that, man. Okay, you don't need to be saying all that. If they're proven trustworthy and whatnot, you've been talking to them. You know them for a couple of years, and they're actually diligently and inquiring about the truth. I'm pretty sure you will have the discernment for that. Go right ahead, man. But we're not in those times where we need to be outspoken, man. The Lord said, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, of course, but you know what I'm saying? A serpent still knows when to strike. Okay? Alright, so again, two is better than one, man. Alright?
Behold, I have created the smith and blew off the coals in the fire.
See if I can just fast forward a bit. Because Elder Malcolm was actually talking about some self-defense classes. Alright, before I even play that. Alright, and he did say, El Pastor and him did say, you got to be in shape. Okay? You cannot fight without a shape, man. A lot of fighting takes endurance and stamina. Okay, a lot of grabbing, a lot of, you know what I'm saying. Okay, and that's what he was saying. Elder Malkama. He I believe he trains jiu-jitsu, okay, which is a form of ground styled like wrestling and all that. I'm not too familiar with it. I'm more on the boxing side. All right, but yeah, man. All right, he was showing some defense classes and how to maneuver and whatnot, man. So I'm just gonna play this little part and then we're gonna grab another scripture.
Defense, but if someone's holding a weapon, you have to point that weapon away from your body and away from you. All right. So it's not that this takedown is what he does is an excellent job, the finish that he does. But if the guy was holding a firearm, this wouldn't be or a knife. That wouldn't be the best way to do that sort of takedown. But I would have dragged it to the outside of my body, away from my body. All right. Now the finish is actually nice. You know, he sucks in the hips. All right. And there he steps through and he gets complete. He get top mount. He's almost like in a technical mount situation. Let's go to the next one. As you watch this wrestler, he did a very similar thing where he controlled the hand and drug it across him. Now, granted, they're not wearing the gi. I mean, they're not wearing clothes like the guys in.
So just gonna fast forward a bit.
Go to the White House and take pictures with the president because he only killed a nigger. Who was actually not right. This didn't have his right mental faculties anyway. But it's amazing how, when it comes to so-called white males, they when they do something, their mental faculties become a play, or it comes into play when their sentencing come, and they need mental help and this, that, and the other. Where Jake just get thrown in a high security prison, and they don't.
And this dude on the right, he was drunk as well, man. All right, dude was drunk as hell. You can hear it in his words and all that. Okay, and again, man, we're in those times. Okay, this is why I even encourage. I've done videos here and there. I do it every once in a while, but encouraging brothers to go to the gym, man. Okay, get in shape. Getting in shape is the first step to being, at least decent, or even trying to defend yourself in these type of situations, man. You might not even be teaching the word, man. Someone might try you on the street. Okay, even in those times when we get deeper into those times, man, you might need to run. You might need to fend somebody off, man. You cannot do that out of shape, man. All right. It says, this is Psalm chapter 94, verse 16. It says, "Who shall rise up against me in the against evildoers, or who will stand up against me?" Who will stand up against me? Stand up for me against the workers of iniquity, aka sin. Okay, and that's what this brother's doing. That's what we do when we go out there and teach. Okay, so you're gonna come across these damn demons, and I've come across crackheads. I've come across people who try to, they think they know it all, and you can get heated, and things like that can happen, man. So you got to know and be vigilant. When to shoot people off, and I actually did that. I think the last camp, dude fell off his bicycle, and I think you can go back and watch it. Dude fell off his bicycle. And he's like, "Oh, can I listen to the word?" And I'm like, hell no, man. Just go over there, man. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, nah, man. I ain't trying to do no teaching. Right? I'm at the end of the lesson, and too. Before I would take anybody. You can come sit down, we can talk. I would take anybody and everybody, man. I ain't doing that no more, man. All right, I even see it in the video, man. I don't got time to be fucking, sitting here all the damn time, over here trying to, teach these fucking weirdos, man. And these people be coming up, they're not sober. You can tell from their spirit, man. They just look out of it, man. They look out of touch, man. Like they're on some drugs or some shit. I'm like, hell no, man. You can't come over here and listen, man. Go over there and go up the street. You know what I'm saying? So again, you're gonna come into contact with those type of people, man. You gotta be vigilant and spot them from a mile. Already know what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Seeing their patterns. When I'm teaching, there's so many people looking at me and all that, man. So you gotta be vigilant, man. You gotta know who's watching you. You gotta know what they got on them, and look at their mannerisms, their movements, their patterns. Verse 17: unless the Lord had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. Okay. So again, man, you got to be vigilant in a lot of these situations, man. All right. And even in your regular daily life, man, you going grocery shopping, man, always look what's gonna happen. Looking what's going on around you. All right, always be prepared, man. Okay, and I can't fathom this enough, Akim. You know, be in shape, man. We're getting into those times. You know, if you can't run in that time, you're gonna what? You're gonna blame Satan? You can't blame Satan, man. Okay, you got to be in shape, man. You got to be willing to, run a couple miles. You got to be willing to lift a couple 100 pounds, man. Squatting, benching. I'm being for real. Okay, because you never know who's going to try and swallow you. You don't know if there's two of them. You're gonna definitely have a better chance if you in shape. Okay, and you seen I'm showing you right here on the video how dude came up to him first, and you seen how it was at the beginning of the video. Okay, dude had the burn on him. This dude claiming he's a gadite and all this effort he's talking about, man. All right, let me see if I can fast forward a little bit where he plays the video just to show you guys. I don't know if he's gonna play the video at all. It's a lot of commentary, but yeah, he doesn't play the video.
The next,
Yeah, he don't play the video. It's okay. It's okay. All right, you guys get the idea. Okay, this is Psalm chapter 59, verse 9. It says, "Because of his strength will I wait upon thee, for Yahawah is my defense. The Lord is ultimately our defense." Them angels were around this brother right here. Okay, because any regular guy might have gotten shot. They might have not known what to do. They might have been too. You know what I'm saying? Any type of circumstance, man. Okay. But even when you go out to teach too, before you go out to teach, you leave the house, you eat, man, send up that prayer, man. Just send up a quick prayer. All right. Verse 10, it says, the power, Slakia says, "The God of my mercy shall prevent me, and Yahawah shall let me see the desire upon my enemies." Okay. And our desire is to ultimately, stop these motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? These heathens out, man. Okay, because they always trying us too. All right, they always think they stronger than us. They could just, do anything and everything. And every time, it's kind of funny too, is every time you see them try and fight us, it's always them in groups. You know what I'm saying? And one Jake. It's funny, man. There's hella videos out there like that, man. But you guys get the idea, man. All right, this is First Peter chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, "Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you." Okay, who are we casting our care upon? Yahawah. Okay, Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi, man. Okay, the Lord is gonna protect us, man. The Lord's gonna watch over us, especially in these situations, man. You just gotta believe. You gotta have that faith, man. All right, and still know what you're doing too. You know what I'm saying? Still know how to, maneuver. Still be in shape. Still know how to throw a 1-2 punch, man. Which is what the dude did. I'll basically break down the rest of the video. Dude literally disarmed him. Okay, disarmed him and started ground pounding him. If you guys don't know what ground pounding is, you guys can Google it, searching UFC ground pounding, and you guys don't know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, that's what Jake did. Okay, and there's even instances in the Bible. I think it was Moses. Okay, where the Egyptian tried, he was gonna slay an Egyptian or an Israelite. Okay, an Israelite slave, and Moses disarmed the Egyptian and slayed him with his own weapon, man. Okay, so this kind of reminds me of that instance here too. Okay, except there's no other Jake there, but you know what I'm saying? If there was two Jakes there, man, this dude wouldn't have ran up on them like that, or he probably would have tried to just shoot him right away because he knows he can't fight Jake like that, man. You can see this Jake on the left, man. He's a bit taller, he's a bit more bigger. Okay, and Jake naturally they got them hands, man. Sorry to say, but a lot of you Edomites, man. This is why a lot of these Edomites they got to bring out that gun, man, because they can't. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way they got that power. Okay, even these other heathens be whooping Esau's ass too. All right, it says be sober. Verse 8 says be sober, be vigilant, be your adversary. Because your adversary, the devil, is as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Exactly. You don't know who's trying to get you. You might be walking in public, you might got your earbuds in, someone thinks you're an easy target. You know what I'm saying? You might be walking at night, someone might try to rob you. You never know, man. So you got to be vigilant, always be paying attention, man. Don't put yourself in situations where it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, you might have to fight, That's also being vigilant, man, having discernment and paying attention. All right? So yeah, man, with that, man, we go on praise and glory to our Father, saying, Yahawashi, I believe the point was made. Until next time, I'm going to say, Shalom.